The Square Ball Podcast.
Should we get into our likes and dislikes then from the last 7 days? The things that have provoked a green tick and the things that have made us do a red cross. Not like the humanitarian people. I mean, as if a teacher was marking a paper for you. And from that, we'll crown a hero and villain of the week. So what have we had come in this week then, please, Michael Normanton, from your new convoluted feedback system?
Pretty thin on the ground, to be honest.
But there's so much to like.
I've tried to pick out some actual positives.
Right.
Sarah saying the kit looked gorgeous. We didn't lose. Joe Rodon was better and Stewie Dallas was on Sky duty. Let's agree that those were all nice things. A lot of the things that people put as likes were things like the final whistle, it being over, the fact Nathan says they was moving stuff into a storage place for a mate and didn't see any of the game. So there's some insincerity in the likes, I feel.
Yeah, a storage place. It's a tough challenge, that, isn't it, depending on the cubic footage that you've rented. Trying to get everything in. It's like not like a Jenga puzzle, I guess. It's more like
3D Tetris.
3D Tetris, yeah, trying to get all the shapes in correctly, yeah. What else we got?
Another Dave says, I want to be happy about getting a clean sheet, but West Brom didn't try to score. So again,
It does blow your mind that Coberan ever coached with Bielsa. Because he's really awful to watch.
Yeah, it's weird that the routes you imagine people will go as a result of playing style and stuff. Because George Graham was an attacking player, but then the most dour defensive manager you've ever seen. Like, if you had an example where Coberan was playing against George Graham for a full season, I think you could conceivably have like 38/46 0-0s, and they would both probably leave quite happy with it. They'd be like, yeah, good, not conceded.
It's weird, isn't it, how you could have somebody so maverick and influential who's saying, we are in the entertainment business here. There's nothing that matters more than the happiness of the people who come to watch football. And you take from that I'm going to bore the shit out of everybody.
I mean, that's what 6 weeks in Huddersfield did to him, wasn't it, really? So, no, fuck that. They can't do it.
So what else is coming on the form then? Likes and dislikes?
Quite like Ruber's like, fuck all, it was shit.
Sometimes you have weeks like that, yeah.
Tommy C dislikes Farker and his stupid Paul Warhurst hair. There's a nice throwback reference.
Oh, wow, yeah.
For anyone who watched football in the 90s, certainly 90s, but the late 80s too. Sam disliked Jayden Bogle playing like a love child of Lee Peltier and Paul Connolly.
Right.
Yeah, Philip also says he makes Junior Firpo look like Paolo Maldini.
And Philip raises a concern about Joe Rodon 2.0. Have we got a problem now we've signed him?
It's too early to say.
Yeah.
Has he got too comfortable in the relationship, Rob? Has he let himself go?
He was better at the weekend. Pascal Strauch actually in pre-season was like, yeah, I don't want to praise him too much because I need to sort of keep him switched on, which I thought, maybe there is something to worry about there. But he was better at the weekend, doing a bit of meat and potatoes, Champo defending. It suits him. And
he looked suitably livid on the kit launch stuff as well.
Yeah. I've been asked to be. They didn't know what he was doing. Why are the lights flashing?
It's topography. It's the topography of Yorkshire.
In neon.
The face is pulling in it is like when I read that bit and went, what? No, it's not. It's just some swirls.
He was asking what topography meant.
Well, actually, yeah, more realistically.
Papa Delta Mike picks out this as a dislike. Booing from the away end when the passes went backwards, ridiculous when it's clearly been a difficult week. The team needs support at moments like this. Where do you stand on that?
It's hard because a boo is not a very nuanced sound, is it?
But then crowds can't deliver nuance.
That's what I mean. People going and sort of booing the situation as a whole. It's kind of half towards the board. It's a bit towards Farker. It's a bit towards the players. Yeah, it is complicated.
And also, it's not until like you have a few hours or a few days where you go, I suppose that was fine. Because watching the game, I was like, oh, this is awful. I hate it all. So you can understand the frustration. But then you have a bit of time to just not be on the internet and not think about the game. And you go, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
And also a sympathy for the people in the stadium as well who have, it was a 12:30 kickoff, wasn't it? So have left their house, best case scenario, they've left their house at breakfast time, maybe even in the night, depending on where you've travelled from. And then you've spent a lot of money, a lot of time to go watch like 2 shots in an entire game. And I can see the point then where you're like, fuck this. I should have just stayed at home.
It's pantomime level communication, those football, isn't it? It's how you can convey messages via the gift of like song and noise.
Yeah, and when you try to bring nuance into it, like the song for Casper Schmeichel, he didn't appreciate it.
Yeah. Which was, your dad's a character, but you're all right.
All he ever did was moan about that, so...
And he's still going on about it, isn't he? Rattled, I think, is the phrase that the kids use these days. Not a lot of love for Brighton from Boney M. Brighton can foxtrot Oscar. And not happy with Ruter either. Leeds will always be a part of me. Oh, hold on, let me send this stupid tweet mocking Leeds fans for no fucking reason other than to piss them off. I mean, he didn't really know what he was doing, did he? He just did a little social media set piece. Who cares?
He never actually clicked post when you saw him typing it as well. He only did the first few words. Nor
did you see his face, I don't think, as he was typing. I think somebody else set him up.
Stunt double. He does have tattoos on his hands, though, doesn't he, Georgie? Might be able to work it out from that.
But it maybe just sat there pretending to tap away on a kid. Why are we even talking about this?
Don't know, really. Doesn't matter, does it? He's gone now. It's dead to me.
Yeah. But, Brighton, another one for the sort of low-key shit list, even though you completely understand the move from his perspective, and we can trouser a nice big fat fee, whatever. Yeah. It's not why I get into football. I want to watch him take the piss out of some defenders.
It's fair enough. On a pure match ratings level for likes and dislikes, Pascal Struijk, man of the match. Only with like 6.5 though, 6.49.
What were the top three scores?
Right down the bottom, you got Ampadu and Meslier, which suggests the defensive nature of it, I suppose.
So Struijk 6.49, Ampadu 5.88, Meslier 5.57.
Yeah.
But at the bottom,
Joel in his jeans.
Joel. Blue Jean Joel, 2.88, which ain't great, is it? I feel sorry for him because I don't think he's in the right position. So it's correct, in some ways it's unfair on him to make him continue to do it because he's not very good at it. And if you asked him, he'd probably admit himself he's not that good at it.
He's been bad at it though.
Well, yeah.
I was looking at when he first joined last season and he spent like the first 6 months playing as a number 10 and he scored like 9 goals in 20, which is a decent return. And then you watch him at the weekend and he can't control the ball or recognise when people are around him and stuff. I know he's not a number 10 in that sense, but he doesn't have to be that shit out either.
Although I think it's harder for him now probably with doing it alongside Joseph, who's a more traditional number 9, whereas at the start of last year when it was him and Ruter, there's a bit more interchange there, isn't there, I suppose?
Georgie does the creating for him. I was thinking in a game as purely Champo as that, just stick him up front with Joseph. 4-4-2, call it 4-2-4, keep the hipsters happy. It's fine.
4-2-4 with inverted stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Half spaces. Really exploit the half spaces. That's what I'd have done.
Yeah, I think sometimes like with Joel Pirro,
double pivot.
He's it's the bit of the Rodrigos. Although we could never quite figure out what Rodrigo's for, could we? Like where did he go exactly? Like a 9.5 sort of thing. So, but do you try and play to his strengths? Because he's essentially been asked to do the wrong job, which was a bit like you at ITV.
Yeah, you're right.
Was it the turning up to work and doing it part that you just didn't really function well with?
I turned up all the time, actually.
Yeah.
So, in your face.
No, good lad. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, we need to crown a villain of the week for a start, a Ken Bates villain of the week from those likes and dislikes. Should we tend towards the dislikes, I think?
Good dislike. I think Coberan for the dislike.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Because as you said, he had an ample opportunity to learn how to produce wonderful football, and instead he's chosen to do this.
He chose hate, didn't he?
He did. I mean, with 2 games against him last year, virtually no entertainment. Another one this year. You've got to pin it on him.
Yeah, it's not a one-off. And also, they beat us last year. Just go try and beat us again.
Yeah, we were saying that, weren't we? Especially at a moment of our weakness like this. You should have done. And if you'd have tried to have beaten us, then maybe we'd have won.
Or maybe you'd have won, and then we could have been really angry. But with sort of a righteous anger, whereas we're just sort of bored and angry this instead. Do you want to be furious at the Leeds United recruitment policy team for not bringing in more players? No one's touched on that, have they, really? No, I suppose not, actually. Yeah, that's fair enough. Who are we going to? Steinson. He's meant to be quite scary, though, isn't he? Yeah, I was going to say we don't want to... All right, Marate's probably not in the country and looks quite soft. I'll pick on him. Yeah, go for it. Right. Yeah, I'll take him. It's his fault. It's his fault. Right. But what if he sends round Steinson to have a word now? Then I'll say sorry to him. Yeah, and call him sir. Yes. Good stuff. But he's a fellow Baldman. Baldman. We'll get along. We'll get along famously. Us Baldman all rub along nicely together. Shining on together and so on. Yeah, it's got to be Coberan. I agree on that. Proper
shit list stuff. Just at a time when we needed something to cling on to, and still do, you turned up and you spoiled our fun.
Yeah, I mean, the other options are nominating people like Joel Pirro, Pat Bamford, Daniel Farke, Jayden Bogle down the bottom of the list.
They've suffered enough.
But yeah, fine. They can redeem themselves on Friday.
Right, should we try and mangle another commercial partner's interests here and crown a Gaetano Berardi Hero of the Week, which is, it's got a sponsor now, which is exciting. I gather it went really, really smoothly for week number 1 last week when I was away.
Yeah, the Northern Ireland Bicycle Tour Association.
Yeah. No, it's the tuktukclub.com, run by Leeds fans, we should say. I'm going to quote the blurb on their website, so we can't get it wrong, because it's not Northern Ireland, it's Northern Thailand. Yeah, very, very similar. Described by the Sunday Times as the best driving holiday in the world.
Nice.
You could be chauffeur-driven or self-driven. Which would you go for?
I'd probably go self-driven.
Yep.
I could probably get in more trouble that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Northern Thailand?
I haven't.
No.
I've been to Northern Ireland.
All right. Yeah. Very similar.
It's very similar. But no, I would very much like to go. I mean, when we were discussing this, we did say we should just go, but probably a tough sell at home, because I was looking at some of the itineraries they're doing. They're like a few weeks at a time, some of them, which would be absolutely ideal. But probably
we'd like it.
Yeah.
More perhaps than our dependents. Yeah. The chance to see a side of Thailand that few travellers ever see. Winding mountain roads, towering forests, elephants, pristine waterfalls, jungle cookery, hill tribe stays, proper Thai food, and more than a hint of luxury.
Oh, I don't need that.
No, too much for you.
I might have to bespoke the plan and get
strip it back. Strip it back, make it worse for me. Anyway, have a look at the tuktukclub.com. 15% discount on your booking if you quote TSB15. Thanks for their support as well. Tuk Tuk Tours of Northern Thailand. Easy for me to say. Who's your hero?
I guess Largy.
Yeah,
I feel like we're pinning all hope on him at the moment. So
I was going to suggest the left field option of J. Roy Grot.
Oh,
Obviously,
bless him.
I
saw it.
Leeds strikers have been in the news with Matt Smith, and then J. Roy Grot appeared on my Twitter timeline yesterday, playing in Japan. I think it's his first game for a few months. Nicks the ball off
the keeper.
Yeah, nicks the ball off the keeper. He's got an empty net to shoot into, and he puts it wide.
Any thoughts on Mrs. Grot?
No, I've never actually gone for the full trace. I was before my time of tracing the mums was J. Roy. Yeah, I'll let you know. He's very big, isn't he, J. Roy? Though I was looking at when we were discussing him earlier.
If you upset his mum, you're upsetting him.
I was looking at a picture of him next to Thomas Christensen, and he still looks magnificent as an athlete. Tall, muscular. So made that really tight Kappa fit, body fit shirt. He looked amazing in it. It's just the football,
the kicky ball bit.
The kicky bit was so difficult for him.
Right,
still is.
It still is.
But I enjoyed that. It was like a nice warm comfort blanket after a tough week.
Yeah, it has been a tough week. So who's your hero? The yellow kit, can an inanimate object have it?
What about Connor, who broke the transfer news?
Yeah.
Beat Romano to it.
Connor's mate's mum.
Yeah.
Connor's mate's mum.
Yeah.
It was nice to beat Romano to it as well, because he seems to have taken on like Mason Greenwood PR roles, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Romano.
I'd love to know why he's doing that and whether he's received anything in exchange for doing that. That'd be an interest. That'd be a question I'd like to have answered.
Yeah. He's got very close relationships with agents, hasn't he? So I guess maybe there's something there. But who's to say?
I've unfollowed him from the Square Ball account on that basis. If he's doing that shit, I mean, like, you can indulge him up to a point, but no. And you know what I hate as well? His nonsense has made it into like the general football lexicon. Like everyone's saying full agreement reached now between so-and-so and so-and-so, and that's down to him.
Prick.
So there we go. So who was it again? It was Connor's mate's
mum.
Mum up at the airport.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
For beating Romano to the scoop. Good stuff. Nice one, Connor's mate's mum. Pleases Michael anyway. It's very much in
get in touch, yeah.
in his wheelhouse. Right, that's our weekly roundup done. We will be back with more of the usual bollocks next week. No West Stand on Monday, but do check out the one with Matt Lewis as we head into the weekend, and hopefully 3 points against Sheffield Wednesday. Back next week with propaganda. Yeah,
I suppose so. Yeah.
Some research on the mums.
Sheffield mums. Or just Leeds ones.
Whatever keeps you happy. Whatever will keep you out of prison.
I know what I'm doing over the bank holiday weekend.
We'll see you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.